Alright, so picture this. I'm standing in the middle of a park, holding a tray of tacos I didn't even order, while a guy I've never met is down on one knee, staring at me like I've just ruined his life. Yeah, that's how my Tuesday night went. Let me back up. It all started because I was craving some fresh air and decided to take a walk after work. I live near this big park with trails, fountains, and those random food trucks that always smell amazing. I was minding my own business, listening to a podcast, and just enjoying the cool evening vibe. That's when I saw the taco truck. Now, I wasn't really hungry, but the smell of carne asada hit me like a truck, pun intended, so I figured why not. I ordered 3 tacos, paid, and was waiting for my food when I noticed this guy nearby. He was pacing back and forth, clearly nervous about something. At first, I thought he was just another dude waiting for food, but then I saw him glance at this woman sitting on a bench a few feet away. She was scrolling on her phone, completely oblivious to him. It didn't take a genius to figure out what was happening. He had the classic, I'm about to propose, energy, sweaty palms, the occasional deep breath, and a little box in his hand that he kept checking every 2 seconds. I couldn't help but smile. I mean, who doesn't love witnessing a good proposal? My tacos were ready, and I was about to grab them and find a bench to sit on when the guy suddenly turned to me. Hey, he said, his voice a little shaky. Can you do me a favor? Now, I'm not great at saying no to people, especially strangers who look like they're about to throw up from nerves. So, I nodded. Sure, what's up? He explained that he wanted to propose to his girlfriend but needed someone to take a picture of the moment. I figured that was a pretty reasonable request, so I said yes. He handed me his phone, showed me how to use the camera, and asked me to wait by this specific fountain where he planned to pop the question. Cool, no problem. I walked over to the fountain, balancing my tacos in one hand and his phone in the other, and waited. Here's where things started to go off the rails. The guy walked over to his girlfriend, who was still sitting on the bench, and said something to her. She looked up, confused, but followed him toward the fountain. I got into position, ready to snap the perfect shot. But just as he was about to kneel, something happened that I still can't fully explain. A dog, yes, a random, overly enthusiastic golden retriever, came sprinting out of nowhere, straight toward me. I don't know if it was the smell of the tacos or if the universe just hates me, but this dog launched itself at me like I was holding the last meal on earth. I panicked and tried to dodge, but in the process, I tripped over my own feet. The tacos went flying, the guy's phone slipped out of my hand, and I landed flat on my back. When I looked up, the dog was happily munching on one of my tacos, and the guy was staring at me in absolute horror. His girlfriend, bless her, was trying not to laugh, but it was clear she was losing that battle. I'm so sorry, I blurted out, scrambling to my feet. I grabbed the guy's phone, which, thank God, was still intact, and handed it back to him. The tacos, I didn't mean to. He just stood there, frozen, the little box still in his hand. I felt like I'd just stepped on a butterfly in some weird, romantic ecosystem. The girlfriend finally spoke up. Wait, were you about to? She gestured at the box. The guy sighed, looked at me, then back at her. Yeah, I was. But, I think the moment's kind of ruined. I wanted to disappear into the ground. No, it's not ruined, I said, desperate to fix things. You can still do it. I'll just stand over here. Quietly. No tacos. No dogs. The girlfriend laughed, which I took as a good sign. She looked at the guy and said, honestly, this is kind of perfect. It's so us. That seemed to snap him out of his funk. He smiled, got down on one knee, and finally asked her to marry him. She said yes, of course, and they hugged while I awkwardly clapped from the sidelines. Afterward, they came over to thank me, and the guy even apologized for making me hold his phone. I apologized for, well, everything else. They were surprisingly cool about the whole thing, and the girlfriend even joked that the dog was their proposal mascot. As for the dog, it was nowhere to be found. I guess it got what it came for, and peaced out. So, yeah, that's the story of how I accidentally became part of a stranger's proposal. I didn't even get to eat my tacos, but hey, at least I got a good story out of it.